Yeah, my people, and welcome back to the final videos. And bless up on myself. And I know it's Friday. Yeah, we're going to freestyle on a Friday. You know, good day to everybody. You don't know, remember, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. You don't know, this is the morning insider, the Monday to Friday show that give you everything around reggae boys, reggae girls, football. But today, we're all going to go deep into some local discussion. JPL 85, as I know, midweek games. We're catching up on the midweek games as well. We're going to assess Vere United Football Club and a whole and how they participating in this Jamaican Premier League and compared to what happened last season. You know, is it they down for relegation fight? Yeah, we'll talk about that in further due time. You know, so but let's jump in. You know, also, you know, I want to talk about local squad that's going to play the Reggae Boy game. Is it that the local squad majority of these players will take part in the March window? I don't know, but it's very scary. It's very scary. And what I heard discussion around the grounds in terms of Reggae Boy football. You understand? But right after, I will come back and I will go right into the discussion. You know, so listen, people, listen. You know, everyone know that, you know, February 6 and 9, it's a 2-game series against Trinidad and Tobago. Expected a local squad, but the talk around Reggae Boy football, yeah, is it that we're going to dilute the squad that's going to face St. Vincent in the Gold Cup qualification rounds, March? Yeah, that's 2 months from now. You understand? That's literally around 2 months from now. Is it that the squad will dilute? Is it that Steve McLaren is looking to pick up a lot of these Jamaican Premier League squad? And I don't know if the overseas based players that played in England, you know, over there in Scandinavia, all over the world, you understand, will take part. The usual suspect, will they come and play against St. Vincent? But it will be a very dangerous road to go down if we're going to dilute this squad to play St. Vincent. Look, it's a competitive game, you know, it's an official game, you know, it's a part of the Gold Cup. It is a process of getting into the Gold Cup. Yeah, our squad, our sets of players, we are nowhere near our best. You understand? We are nowhere near our best, and for us to have a squad that's going to be depleted to face St. Vincent. Remember, this is a team go in Central America and beat is it El Salvador? Yeah? And beat El Salvador. You cannot take these Caribbean islands lightly. But we should carry all the usual players that are going to be available. The big guns, the big name players played in the Premier League, Championship, League One, you know, is in Scandinavia, is either in Serbia, wherever we're going to pick up the regular, I just say our strongest squad. Yeah, it's going to be a very dangerous road to track down if we're going to dilute the squad. But we need our strongest players to compete against St. Vincent. Why? It's very important. You know, we're only going to have 4 games available before the Gold Cup, and that is like a preparation also for you know the Gold Cup, and 2 crucial games before the Gold Cup. That's World Cup qualifier. It doesn't matter who we playing, where these national teams rank on the FIFA, you know, on the FIFA list. Yeah, they could rank miles away from the Reggae Boys, but guess what? That game against, I think, the BVI and Guatemala, it's going to be very, very important, just as a St. Vincent. But the camaraderie around the squad, you know, the synergy, you know, the chemistry. Just look at how the Reggae Boys have been playing. We need to have that togetherness. Steve McLaren need to use these games to get in the groove, still figuring things out. He should stamp his class. Let the boys, you know, play these games. You know, let us, you know, demolish St. Vincent. Go in the World Cup qualifier games with confidence. Go in the Gold Cup with confidence. You know, let the boys win games together again, scoring goals, let them have that understanding between each other and what the coach really wants from them. And I think having the strongest squad to face St. Vincent, it will do us really well. Spend more time on the pitch, spend more time on the grass, yeah, and get the boys ready for the summer ahead of us, and also for the fall season, which is September, October, and November. You know what those months spell already. It's WCQ World Cup qualifiers, yeah? So it will be a very dangerous road to go down, because remember what happened in 2012 Caribbean Cup when we were in Group B with French Guiana, Cuba, yeah? Remember, and Martinique, we only finished in that zone on 1 point, last in that zone, with players that playing in Canada, in the MLS, in England, yeah, and also in Norway, and players that playing locally. Let me give you, we have 7 players that were playing in Europe. We have 6 players, that playing in America, and also we have 10 players that were playing in Jamaica locally. That was a very good squad. Even the man himself, Ricardo Gardens, was a part of that squad. Jacomina Barrett, a local keeper. Demar Phillips, one of our best, probably golden age left back we have ever had in the last 20 years alongside Ricardo Gardens. So it was a very good squad. Our leading record goal scorer was a part of that squad as well, Luton Shelton, yeah? And we failed to make it to the 2013 Gold Cup in the US. And we cannot go down that road again. We need the Gold Cup. A lot of things, financially, more games, more preparation. You understand? It's a chance to win a continental tournament. You understand? It's a chance to push the national team to the next level. So we cannot go down that road. Yes, JPL players can be a part of it, but we should not deplete this squad of players. We should pick our strongest. Is Ethan Pinnock, the Leon Bailey, the Bobbery, the Damari Gray. We need those players in the selection pool. Yeah, we need them to be available, because it's important for them to play St. Vincent and back up that team, have that confidence going into the next games, which will be the World Cup qualifier. Have that confidence of knowing that we can score goal, we can perform again, yeah? Having that feel-free factor on the pitch again, having the ball on the grass, playing for the national team, representing, playing good games. Because guess what? We know how St. Vincent can recruit players, yeah? They have a very good record against the other rest of islands around the Caribbean, so it cannot go down that road that we want to deplete this squad and dilute this squad. Strongest squad really needed for these sets of games, you understand? But I'm going to move on from that local squad, yeah? We're going to move on to Vere. We're going to assess Vere United, yeah? Vere United, yeah? Vere United, and we're going to assess Vere United in the JPL, how they're performing this season, yeah? And listen to this. Vere versus the top 6 club, yeah? Arnett Gardens, Mount Pleasant, Montego Bay, Cavalier, Portmore United, and Waterhouse. Yeah, they have played those teams 9 times already, and guess what? They have lost all 9 games. They only scored 3 goals against the top 6 teams, yeah, currently in the JPL this season. They have conceded 25 goals, yeah. They have conceded 25 goals. That's 67% of the goals that they have conceded. Overall, they have conceded around 37 goals in the Jamaican Premier League season. 25 of those came from the big top 6 guns in the JPL. So, Craig Butler even spoke about it after the game, that he threw against Dumbo in 1-1, a game that they should have gone and win a game, but Dumbo find themselves and level the game 1-1 and kill the game and share points even with both teams. But Craig said this after the game in his post-game show about the strength of his squad, changing the philosophy, going back to the old bullet defensive then attacking format, having a full strength of players, despite Farbs he said he's going to Middlesbrough on his are probably in England already. You know, Mr. Denzel is at Feyenoord, the Dutch champion. You know, he's off. You know, so despite that, he said he's coming back to the first time he's having a full strength squad. Listen to what Mr. Butler have to say around that as well, and then we come back into it.
I think that what we're doing is the right thing. You know, this is the first time all season that we have had all our players readily available. And even so, we still said that we try them gone to foreign. We're stacked with offensive quality, yeah? But attack looks good and scores goals. Defense win championships. So we have gone back to the old bullet defense. So if you notice, we played 4 in the back, lock the middle, and we're able to get the goal and lock it. So we're looking forward to being more organized, more defensively organized, and more clinical in our finishing with our 2 strikers that we now have.
You know, so we're going to mark that down. That look, he said there's changes, yeah, change the system, go back to the old bullet format. New, you know, the new players coming in full squad should be full strength, yeah. But coming in the next coming games, that's Vere, you know, is going to have, yeah. Listen, Vere next sets of games, you know, they will play Racing, they will play Mount Pleasant, Cavalier, Tivoli, Arnett, and above you. That's teams in the top 6, and that is teams around in the bottom 6 as well. You understand? And when you look at teams that around Vere United in the table, you know, you have Arborview, who signed Colorado Murray, a player that know how to score goals in the Jamaican Premier League. Trayvon Gray, a player that helped Arborview won the league, yeah? And also, those players at some point in the season will improve Arborview despite the poor run of forms. When you look at other teams like, you know, Tivoli Garden, yeah, Tivoli Garden is playing really well despite they lost 2-0 against Racing as well. You know, you have teams like Molynes, they drew in the complex, you know, yesterday as well. They know how to play big teams, you know, they know sometimes how to pick up some crucial points. They also beat Vere United 5-0 in Clarendon, so they know to pick up points and escape a relegation fight. And also Chapperton Maroon, yeah, Chapperton Maroon is in there, you know, Umberline, a team that always and usually scored first in games and losing games from winning position. Donovan Ducky, these teams will pick up points around Vere United. So the teams from 7th all the way down is very tight. I mean, is it fair to put Tivoli Garden in it? But the team maybe from 8th go all the way down to 14th position. It's very, very tight. Yeah, you lose 2, you right down in the track. You win 2, you try that very, very good line up. And, you know, just a few points, just a few match, you know, from, you could say breathe a little bit easy. If you chop points in a game, you might have a next game to make up as well, not to get down in the red zone. But it's very crucial that Vere look over them shoulder. It's, you know, look, we love Craig Butler, you know, to be in the league. You know, he's a very entertaining, you know, figure. You know, he's a popular figure around Jamaican football. You know, he makes the space, you know, make more money. Media, everybody have stories to talk about almost every single week of Vere United. Yeah, you see, I'm here talking about Vere United. You know, you could see, you know, it's a you know, he makes the club a little bit more organized, but he needs to improve things on the pitch, and this is a reality check for him. Yeah, he also said that he will do what he's going to do, win the Premier League, go to the CONCACAF Champions League, beat up the big teams like Arnett Gardens, Mount Pleasant, but he yet to win a game. He scored only 3 goals against the big 6 and conceded 25, which is 67% of the goals that he have conceded in the JPL so far. So it's literally around halfway mark, and something need to change. And Bullet said he's going back to the old Bullet format of system. Yeah, the defensive tight at the back, you know, shut out 1-1 against Dumbarton. Let's see what's going to happen. I think he play Racing next, then he play Mount Pleasant, Cavalier, Tivoli, Arnett Gardens. February, March will be the month to know what this Vere team will do in the Jamaican Premier League. Is it that they're going to go down in the red? They once were there a couple match days ago. No, it's just 3 points. Yeah, so lose one, then find themselves down in the trap. So big season for Vere. You know, it's the second, you know, not the second half, but it's halfway of the games that need to play. You know, it's 19 games played already. You know, we have another sets of around 19 games left to play as well. You understand? And it will tell a lot. And if Vere, I don't think Vere, naturally Vere is not going to get into the playoff. Naturally, they are too far. They are too inconsistent. They're just not good enough. It's all about stabilize the club and get, you know, stay away from the relegation. And if he can do that, what to tell his players are going to, you know, gather all this experience and come back next season. And as much as he said, look, this is all about, you know, players and playing in the Premier League and then get them ready and to ship them into Europe. It's not all about competing and that, you know, it's too already. But it's important not to get Vere United relegated, because if this club get relegated, it will be a disgrace to Craig Butler. You say his statue, everything. It will be a disgrace around his name to get Vere United relegated. So this one, assessing Vere, you know, assessing Vere, you know, in the Premier League so far. Let that one sink in. We're going to move on, you know, JPL in 5 times, yeah? When we come back, JPL in 5 is ready. You know, big game, JPL in 5, big game down there in the Garden Parish, yeah? The Grudge Derby, Tapa Whitmore versus Rudolph Speed with a depleted squad, around 5 players or 6 players on the bench, when Mount Pleasant is stacked up with players on the bench. But 3-1, the first, I think it was the first Raider game, and I was listening to this game on Raider, and my God, I heard, you know, Mount Pleasant started up the game, first goal in the first 15 minutes. Yeah, they start the game exactly how they want. Cavalier on the back foot, you know, they pin them back, you know, they got the early goal, the crowd was right behind them, you know, as what the commentator was saying. Mount Pleasant was spent a lot of energy, you know, pressing the Cavalier team again. But a team without a Richard King, it's always going to be a lot weaker at the back. They already look a little bit weak at the back at times against in games in the JPL this season. And without their leader, their talisman, the man that will come up with goals, yeah, Richard King is not there. So Mount Pleasant did what he have to do. Tapa Whitmore, look, big win for Tapa Whitmore, playing entertainment football, 10 straight win, you know, 12 games unbeaten so far. And guess what? Out of the 19 games, 18 of those games Tapa played, he has scored in all those games. The last time Mount Pleasant go on not to score in a game, it was match day 2 against Waterhouse when they drew 0-0. You understand? Mount Pleasant next game will be against Tivoli Garden, a team that will looking to bounce back. But it's very important as well for Cavalier. They are chopping down the pecking order. Yeah, they're chopping down the table. But Rhoda Speed kept saying this, look, it's not about the league, it's about the 6 teams that's going to go on and play in the playoff. Yeah, listen to what both coaches have to say around the games.
I think Mount Pleasant was just much better than us today. That's how it goes sometimes.
Okay, give me an analysis.
Again, very pleased with the team performance. We would have met our objective. You know, we didn't concede today and we scored 3 goals. So overall, I think it was pleased with the performance.
You know, so I just said, you know, Cavalier is in 6. That's what, you know, a couple points, 6 points above Tivoli Garden. Lucky Tivoli lost today, because it would have been 3 points behind Tivoli in front Tivoli Garden, you know. So that's where we left it, you know, for that one. You know, going to move on to the next one in the complex. Rumble in the Jungle, Arnett Gardens shop, massive 2 points at home versus Molynes. I think this game was too passive. I think Arnett Gardens was playing too much square passes. You know, the tempo of the game, it was way too slow. You know, missed penalty from the talisman. Fabian need to score his 2nd goal of the campaign. You know, Molynes keeper, he was really good in this game. Arnett Gardens dominate the game, around 59, 41 possession of the ball, 3 shots on target. This game could have gone anywhere, but I just think that penalty kick that, the keeper saved really, he dived all the way to the right hand side of his post, and Arnett Gardens drew this one 2 points in a job at home. Mount Pleasant also stretching the lead more and more ahead from the Junglers, but you have to give Jeremy Thomas and Molynes a lot of credit. As I said, man, this team, they know how to get points when they need it against some of the biggest teams in the Jamaican Premier League, and you could say this is back-to-back game for the Junglers, of not scoring. Where they go from here, Xavier Gilbert, I saw he made a signing of a goalkeeper. I don't think he really need a goalkeeper. I think he need a commanding centre half. But a couple changes were made in the starting lineup, but that shouldn't stop Arnett Gardens from getting 3 points against Molynes. But we're going to move on, Racing blank Tivoli Garden 2-0. Blank Anthony Pache, big win. 2 goals scored, Tajay and Ellis scored in the game. Look, Tivoli Garden were a 5-game unbeaten, much needed points, to move away from the drop. 4 Racing on 19 points. That's around 6 points away from the relegation zone. Poor game, play with 10 men. Look, Racing got red card in the game around in the 41st, 42nd minute, and Barrington Price got a red card in the 83rd, 84th minute for Tivoli. So they have played actually literally half of the game with 1 man up. And guess what? In the second half, they went down late in the first half, came out in the second half, knowing that Racing is playing with 10 man on the pitch. Racing, in the second half have majority of the balls. Have majority of the position of the balls. I don't know what went wrong, for Tivoli Garden and Jerome Wade. But they lost. Look, this is the last time Tivoli Garden have failed to score in a game since the rescheduled game of match day 1 when they drew 0-0 versus Molynes. Also, big reality check. Jerome might need to go back and get into the drawing board and come again, because that's a massive 3 points drop in the quest to qualify for the playoff run. But big 3 points for Racing as well. But Mobile came from 1-0 down, yet another game for Umberland. Another game, Donovan Ducky is leading one of the big boys. It happened already against Cavalier. It happened again against Montego Bay, where they're leading in the game and could not go on to carry that 3 points back to Clarendon. But where it left them from here, when they were leading, they were out of the relegation. Then when they lost the game, they back in the relegation. So it's going to be worry time again. Look, as I said, from 14 to 8th position, it's very sticky. This is going to be a final call. It's going to go right down to the wire, this relegation zone. It's not like what happened last season with Treasure Beach and Lima did not give a fight in the quest to try to push for a safety spot in the table. Vere is down there, Harborview is down there, Umberland is down there, Capital Maroon is down there, all these teams are down there, Molynes is down there. It's going to be very, very tough, but massive 3 points, for Montego Bay. They, keep their position in second place above Arnett Gardens and just a few points from Mount Pleasant, who is in first. But I mean, look, big goals, 2 goals for Chanel Thomas, the man they call Choppy, to help Montego Bay get their 3 points. But what this spell with Jean Claudia Ferreira, the Brazilian, back to the Montego Bay Football Club and loan from Mount Pleasant, this will only strengthen Montego Bay midfield team moving forward. But I mean, this is your left it, people. The morning insiders here, you don't know. See you guys on, if nothing emergency happen on Saturday, but see you guys on Monday as well. I should have said Monday. See you guys Monday. You understand? The morning insider. I'm checking out. Guess what? What's coming up next on Nicardo Media House platform? The Nick and That podcast on Sunday. So bless up on yourself. Thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. I'm out.